What's up guys, I'm Suman from Stein, and this is my very first What's in My Tech Backpack video, and I'm actually excited. So without wasting any precious time, let us begin. So I usually was not a person who used to carry around a backpack with a lot of tech in it, no, but since my work and all requires me to do that, I have one right now. So I'm not going to start off with the backpack because this one has kind of a lot of features, so I'll keep it aside for the last. But anyways, the name of the backpack is the Wildcraft Pacto 4.0, and I have to say this here is an amazing backpack with loads of storage. At least this is my first backpack which is so versatile and allows me to carry a lot of tech products. For my use case, this here is amazing. And by the way, I'll have the links to all the products in the description below. Make sure you check them out. So I now carry two laptops. First is my MacBook Air M1. I recently made an in-depth review about this, like a super long-term review, which is quite long, but anyways, this laptop has been amazing for a lot of things. And I have to say, Apple has quite surprised me. In fact, this would be my favorite Apple product of 2021 too. I know this came out in 2020, but I still love this very much. And maybe next would come the brand new MacBook Pros. So I'll have the link to this in-depth review in the description, or it will be in the card somewhere here. Make sure you check that out. Next, we have a beast of a gaming laptop. So this here is the Asus Scar 15. As for the specs, you have a Ryzen 9 5900HX, 32 GB of RAM, a 1TB SSD, and an NVIDIA RTX 3080. And I edit all of my videos on this machine. You might ask why not the brand new MacBook Pros, but when I bought this, the new MacBook Pros weren't launched. So maybe sometime in the future, let's see about that. But as of now, this machine is a beast. And I have to say, like, I'm not a person who games a lot, but this machine sure has, you know, taken me into this world of gaming. Like, I started playing the brand new Hitman. If you have any other nice games you can suggest, put that in the description and I'll try that out. But if you guys want me to cover this laptop, I know not many people are going to buy this, but if you want me to cover this laptop, then definitely let me know and I'll make that happen. Next up, in the same compartment, we have my earphones. So I am still a wired earphone guy. I like wired earphones a lot. I'm not a huge fan of wireless. Maybe headphones, okay, but still I haven't bought a headphone. But as of now, I again have a wired pair of Sony headphones, and these do the work really well. And it also comes with a carrying pouch. I'm not sure of the model number, but I'll have it in the description below. Make sure you check it out. These do the job really well, and the bass on Sony's are actually pretty good. So for watching movies or listening to songs, this is pretty good. Just make sure you don't work out with this because it doesn't stay in your ear like very well. But other than that, these are really comfy pair of earphones. And the last product in the same compartment is going to be this. This is a thumb drive. So this is from SanDisk, and it has a USB-A port on one side and USB-C on the other. So I use this mostly to transfer files between the laptops that I have, and also to transfer files to my friends' computers. So I don't use my main hard disk or SSD. Rather, I use this because I think that's a better way, and if this gets corrupted or something, we can just throw this away. It's not going to cost much. But if you're planning to take risk with an external SSD or hard disk, then I would suggest not to do that. Now moving on to this top compartment, we have two mice, and both are from Logitech. So the first mice that I'm going to talk about is the M720 Triathlon. Now I have to say, this here is a pretty amazing mouse. Now this is not super costly like the MX Master 3, but for work I use MX Master 3, but while traveling I carry this around. Now this is not a super heavy mouse, but it has like 70% of the features that the MX Master 3 has, which is amazing. Since it has this easy switch thing, you can connect this between 3 devices and easily switch between them with these buttons. And it has this magnetic scrolling, which is amazing to use. I mean, it's a little bit loud, but it's fine. This is a really versatile mouse in my opinion, and if you want a really nice mouse which has most of the features of the higher end MX Master series, then you could try this. And during offer times you can get it below 4K, around 3K something, so I would suggest this. And if I'm ever playing a game, which I don't mostly, but if I'm playing, then I use the Logitech G305, and I have to say this here is a super lightweight wireless gaming mouse. So with the G Hub software from Logitech, you can customize this, and I think based on the games you can also do the customization, you know, assign actions to the buttons here, the side buttons here. So in a lot of ways this here is a super convenient mouse for gaming on the go. I mean, it's not too heavy, so you wouldn't even feel like it is there. So considering all that, I think this here is a really nice one. But most of the time on Amazon India this is unavailable, so I would suggest, if you're not getting this, go with the G304. That is also a pretty good mouse, so I would suggest you to try that too. And finally we have a 5 rupees pen. So this is kind of like a use and throw pen. So I'm not a huge fan of pens, or I don't collect, or I'm not crazy about pens. I just need something to write if I ever need it. So I think this just gets that job done. So moving on to the next compartment here, we have a book. I kind of, you know, use this to write down important points while I'm working scripts and things like that. Sometimes it also helps with YouTube and stuff like that. It's a pretty nice book. This is, I don't think you get it on Amazon. I just got it in like an exhibition sort of thing. Looks really nice and actually is a great prop, so that is that. So next up, here we have a card reader. So for video editing on the go, card reader. So this is from Transcend. It has micro SD, CF, SD, HC and SDXC. So that is the normal thing which goes into the cameras, and it's a pretty good you know, card reader. Has been working really well. And the fun thing about the Asus Scar laptop is that even on battery this works really well. I mean, it's not as great as a MacBook, but the performance doesn't dip a lot, so that is a pretty convenient thing, but the battery life sucks, so yeah. Anyways, moving on, we have this, the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. So this is a 1 terabyte version. I mean, there is Samsung, but I went with SanDisk only because it is kind of rugged. It has this kind of rubberized material, so better drop protection, whereas Samsung is all metal. I'm not saying it's bad, but still is a pretty good one. And this has both the option for USB-C, and you get an adapter for USB-A, so which is pretty convenient. So I store most of my edits and important files on this. Works really well and has been really useful ever since. And especially if you buy a MacBook, I would suggest you to invest in this one. So yeah. And before going to the last compartment, I just want to say, so in this huge compartment down here, I usually have my camera, so which is the A6100 here. Now I do have an A7 III, but I don't carry it around. So if I'm traveling around and if I need a camera, then I do carry my A6100, and that goes with the camera bag inside this compartment. But I don't usually carry this a lot, but if I do, then it goes here. And finally, so this compartment here is actually meant to keep your saddles and shoes and things like that, but I am actually using this for another purpose, which is to carry the chargers. So now the Asus laptop can charge via USB type C, but that's not so efficient, so I do carry around this humongous charger, but that's fine. And as for the rest of the device, so like whatever I have, I use only this Mac charger. So this is the 30-watt charger that you get with the M1 MacBook Air, and I've been using this for almost every product that I have which supports USB-C, which is great. Now I have to say, versatile, so kudos on that. So as for the tech side of things, this is what I carry most of the time if I'm traveling and I need my tech stuff with me. So it is quite minimal. I don't have a lot of things crammed into my bag, and I do like keeping it simple. And and also one more thing I forgot to say is, a power bank. So this is from Xiaomi. So this is the Mi power bank. So this here is a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank, and it has USB-C, 2 USB-A ports, and micro USB ports. It's convenient. It's like, again, another versatile product, so you need not worry about what products you have. You can just use this to charge or what cable you have. In that aspect, this is a pretty good power bank, which I would recommend you to get, especially if you're a person who travels a lot. Now let's talk about the backpack, and this here is the Wildcraft Pacto. Now as you can see here, this, when there's nothing, it's like super flat, but once you start stuffing things in, that is when you realize how much space it has. So I'll start from the bottom. So as you can see here, it has a huge space where you can keep your shoes or sandals, but as you saw, I use this to carry around the chargers, but you can keep anything inside, and it has 2 zips. So one is, it locks it, it closes up, and if you want to make your bag, like, don't want to make it hang and want to keep it compact, you can use the other zip to just tighten it up, so it just holds everything into place. So that is neat. And another feature here is that, as you can see here, there's an inner zip inside. So when you open that zip, well, let me just find where it is. It's right. This compartment becomes a huge, like, you get a pretty huge chamber here. So as you can see here, so it comes till here. If you don't have anything to carry in the bottom, you can just unzip it, and this becomes an entire whole case, so you can keep your clothes or things if you're traveling. So that is something that I didn't expect. I found out after like 3 days, but that is pretty cool. And of course you have your water bottle carrying thing, and again you do have a secondary water bottle carrying thing, like a compartment, like a chamber here. But if you don't want to carry, you can carry all your small stuff here, like maybe pen drives and stuff, and then you can just plug it up. And then on this chamber, as you can see here, you do have an entire compartment with a zip. Like, apart from this entire space, you do have another section for keeping small things, maybe like SD cards and stuff like that. And then on top, again, you have a very small compartment where I carry all my mouse and stuff. Convenient. And you even get like a little loop or something like this, like a fixture where you can attach any important stuff that you want. And then if you move in, again, it's loaded with zips here. So as you can see, another place to keep important stuff. And then you do have a lot of pockets, 1 2 3 4 5. So 3 pockets to keep your pen or pencil or any stationery, and then you have 2 compartments. And then you have another space here if you want to keep some products, like maybe an iPad or again a secondary laptop. And then you have this main laptop compartment, which is like really, it's not kind of loose, it fits 15-inch 16-inch laptops really well. So I've used my MacBook 16-inch like without any issue on this compartment, so that is great. And finally, at the bottom you have a rain cover, which is like the most important thing. You don't want your tech gadgets to get wet and damaged. I mean, I've had that experience with the iPad 8 Gen, and that was bad. So make sure if you're investing on a backpack to carry your tech products, make sure it has a rain cover, or at least buy one. That is it. So these are the products that I usually carry in my backpack. So this is a backpack that I actually bought for carrying all my tech products. Now, even if it's not for tech, I can just substitute these products with clothes and use it as a bag for traveling, and that is actually a pretty good thing about this bag. I have to say, I'm not a person who carries a lot of things like I previously mentioned, so these are things that are useful for me, and it helps me get my work done. So this has been my very first What's in My Tech backpack video, and I kind of enjoyed it. And if you guys want to see this regularly, like whenever I change the things that are in here or once in a year, definitely let me know and I'll make sure I do that. And I'll have the links to all these products in the description below. Make sure you check them out. So thanks for watching, and this here is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.